That's right, Sophia, thank you. I'm here at the Craterland Labs for Christmas at the Farm event, and I'm joined by a couple new friends. This is Freckles, they got Mojave, and I actually do not remember his first name, excuse me, but these guys are going to be here tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. for the live nativity scene here. That's going to be a drive-through event, and it's $10. This $10 proceeds goes to FFA, so it's Future Farmers of America, but there still is quite the heavy police presence here. So if you are driving in this area, motorists are advised to kind of stay out of this area. And right here in the valley now, a lot of that winter weather has cleared up for the good portion of today. There was a little bit of snow here in Medford this morning, but that doesn't mean drivers should not still be careful of hazards in and around the area. If you take a look at this video, this is a dash cam footage of an ODOT vehicle driving on I-5. You can see this tree is coming down just nearly hitting his vehicle there, and actually shut down I-5 for a brief portion. That's in the Wolf Creek area. Not yet. We're going to see it right now. So thanks, Molly. But I'm actually here in Rays right now, and Gary follow along with me here to grab this ticket. But as I kind of do this, Jacksonville really is not a stranger to winning big. Not only is this a gold rush town, it's also a lottery town. Jackpotville is kind of what it's been dubbed here. Right now it's about 36 degrees. And as you can see behind me, visibility is not great. Driving up here, probably the last 4, 5, 6 exits coming up, you're going to hit a thick layer of fog heading south toward exit 6 here at the expo, where I'm actually joined by Chris Bureau, who really is the show here at Pirates and Parrots. But the main thing here is that outside of the show here, Chris is a huge conservationist and really helps these parrots out. Chris, tell me a little bit about your nonprofit here. I'm on Southeast M Street. As you can see behind me, a lot of crews are out here trying to get that power back on. There's about 4 crane trucks behind me. They got chainsaws. They got crews out here dragging all of this stuff out to get that power back on. The cause of that, it's about 6:30 this morning. A tree came down, hit the lines, and it knocked out power for about 1,700 people here in Grants Pass. We did see an RV come off the road and actually hit one of these trees, pop up on the curb and hit this tree right here. We did notify Medford PD, but you can use that as a stark reminder here to really drive safe as you hit those roadways, especially here at East Medford, which is a little bit higher elevation, a little bit colder, and you can expect a lot more snow. So $10, and you can see these guys for now in Central Point. Me, Freckles, John McMahon for News 10. Sophia, back to you. Since the early 1950s, Prehistoric Gardens has been welcoming thousands of guests every year to check out the 21 amazing dinosaurs that you can see right on this trail. Let's take a look. 29th, 1973, the last U.S. combat troops left Vietnam, signaling the end of direct military involvement in a decades-long conflict. I spoke with veterans in Cedar Rapids reflecting on their service all those years ago. And here at Great Cats World Park, you can meet amazing animals like Banshee here. She's a white tiger, and she's just absolutely incredible. I can see if I can get her up just a little bit. Can you go up? Here you go. Here you go. Look at that. And bears aside, the hotel offers a glimpse of the area's natural beauty. Let's take a look. Evergreen's Bear Hotel has a wide variety of bears here, from a chef, a samurai, a pilot, and even Barrick Estrada here riding his motorcycle. Still, Spock's legacy lives on and certainly prospers. Reporting in Medford, I'm John McMahon. Excited about today?
Playing for once.
Playing for once?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never played before.
Kids of all ages took to the field on Saturday for the Rise to Greatness Foundation's Grow the Game Youth Camp. The camp provides kids the opportunity to learn the basics from former MLB players.
When you play this game, when you first start the game, the first thing we do learn is step and throw. Right? The first thing you learn about baseball, you got to step and you got to throw. Small things I learned years ago, stepping and throwing, keeping your shoulder closed whenever you're making throws. And so even hitting, keep your eyes on the ball. Make sure your head doesn't move a whole lot while you're hitting. Those small things I learned when I was little that apply to when you're in the big leagues.
Kids were provided with new gloves, a wiffle ball bat, and other swag to get well on their way into a career in baseball or softball, with all funding coming from the Jerry Ford Grow the Game Fund, providing opportunities to kids in underserved communities the chance to take the field.
We all talk about hope, the word hope. And if you don't provide resources and opportunity for kids, hope isn't attainable.
It's very important, especially coming out of COVID where, they couldn't really do much and everything. And got one that, he started picking up video gaming, whereas now to get them back outside and get them active again is huge.
And the clinic is a family affair. Jennifer is continuing her father Jerry Ford's legacy.
My dad's my biggest hero. He's his integrity and honesty is the cornerstone of our family. He won't say this because he's so humble, but this is his legacy. And to see young kids get access to this game that he loves so much, it's a very special moment to do this work for him and for the kids, most importantly.
"80 years ago, on September 9th, 1942, the U.S. was attacked by the Japanese in Brookings, Oregon, the only attack on the U.S. mainland throughout the war. On that day, Nobu Fujita, a pilot for the Japanese Imperial Navy, dropped incendiary bombs near Brookings with the intent of sparking up wildfires in the area. But Mother Nature had different plans.
On that particular morning, their area was actually blanketed in a really heavy coastal fog that stretched into the mountains. So the trees got soaked, and the bombs that weren't duds, he had some duds in his arsenal, the bombs that did explode, the fires very quickly fizzled out.
The mission was a bust, and after another failed attempt in Port Orford, Fujita was reassigned. But his time in Oregon didn't end there. 20 years later, Fujita was invited back to Brookings as an expression of peace between the United States and Japan. As a gesture of goodwill, Fujita presented a samurai sword to the town, a 400-year-old family heirloom passed down from generation to generation. Today, that sword can be seen at the Chetco Community Public Library in a new display to help preserve the legacy of the sword.
What we wanted to do was kind of create a 360-degree display that was more museum quality, that would allow people to kind of walk around and see all aspects of the sword itself.
The library hopes the display will shed a light on the lesser-known attack, showing a different side of an otherwise violent conflict.
A lot of attention is paid to the battles and the loss of life in the war, but I think it's important to highlight these stories too, and show that friendship can be found in the most unlikely of places.
We're back here at Donnelly's Pub in Iowa City, where the crowd has certainly showed up here for USA versus Wales. We checked in yesterday ahead of today's big game. We're going to check in with a few patrons and see what they're thinking. You a big USA soccer fan?
I am a huge USA soccer fan. I've been a soccer fan since I grew up in Iowa City, playing soccer through Iowa City Kickers, and I'm glad that we've got a crew here that is excited about soccer.
And how long have you been here today?
Since the start of the match, 10 minutes too. It's great to be an American today.
That's all I got for you.
Thanks, man.
Hey, cheers. And as you can see, the enthusiasm for Team USA back in there is electric, and that's not going to stop anytime soon. They face up against England this Friday at 1 p.m. Reporting outside Donnelly's, I'm John McMahon, Iowa News Now.